Alright, hello and welcome everyone. What's going on? It's the day after Christmas. Yes, it is. And that means that many of you are settling in for a nice weekend of relaxation and enjoyment of your presents. For some of you, it probably means you're working extra hard, because I realize the weekend after Christmas is a pretty busy weekend for a lot of people. In particular, those in the retail industry, right? Who unfortunately have to now deal with a slew of angry shoppers trying to return things that they got for Christmas that they didn't want. None of which actually have gift receipts. And also a slew of people who all got gift cards they really didn't want. And now they got to find something to spend the gift card on without breaking their bank. I know, because I worked this firsthand. So I know exactly how that is. I did it twice. Two completely different stores. But both were electronic stores. But, hold on a second. Saw a little tweet there. Someone asking what's my email. They want to send me an email. But yeah, I worked two different electronic stores. First Circuit City, and then Best Buy. Both of which, during this holiday season, can get pretty insane. Absolutely pretty insane. With the shopping, with the consumerism. Consumerism. So many of you are going to be very busy in the next few days. I want to thank you for taking some time out to join me here for our first of 4 days of fan appreciation. This is an event that originally I had scheduled for back in November, late November, around the Thanksgiving week time. But when I was going to do it then, I actually had lots of people contact me and basically say, Phil, don't do it then. If you do it in November, number one, a lot of people are busy that weekend with Black Friday and such. They won't be able to attend. And number two, a lot of people are going to get games for Christmas. You know, these games that I'm playing over the next 4 days. Today I'm doing Call of Duty Black Ops 3. Tomorrow I'm doing Halo 5. Monday I'll be doing Metal Gear Online for Metal Gear Solid 5. And then Tuesday I'll be doing Star Wars Battlefront on the Xbox One. You know, a lot of people contacted me and said that I should hold off because it would make no sense to hold fan appreciation when there's an opportunity for way more people to join me after Christmas. You know, a lot of people right now don't have a lot to do. And because of that, it makes more sense to hold it over the next several days. So I said, all right, you know what? Fair enough. Makes sense. I think that I'll hold off and we'll do it in here in December. So that's what I'm doing. And quite honestly, I think it's a better time right now to do it as well, because if you remember back in November, I was still doing all these ongoing playthroughs. Fallout 4, and I had started playing Rise of the Tomb Raider, and I was doing all this other stuff. And right now, at least I've gotten some of that done. You know, to some extent, I've finished off a few games like WWE's My Career Mode and Fallout 4 are now completed. So at least the stuff that's on hold, like Yakuza 5 and Rise of the Tomb Raider, it's not like really urgent games that I need to finish right away and people are dying to see the ending of. So it makes sense to do it right now, okay? So, ladies and gents, that's what we're going to be doing for the next several days. Fan appreciation. Tonight I'll be releasing also a new DSP Tries It. It is a holiday-themed DSP Tries It, okay? And that is going to be a very special thing. It's something that a food item that I used to eat when I was much younger, okay? And Leanna and I actually picked it up again this year to try it out for Christmas. And so that'll be a cool DSP Tries It for you, coming out later today. Tomorrow, obviously, the weekend preview. And I'm also going to be working tomorrow night and Monday night on the year-end series. And what I'm hoping to do is maybe by Monday, Tuesday at the latest, start releasing my year-end series daily. And we're going to be doing things like the most disappointing games of 2015, the best and worst things that happened to DSPGaming this year, my favorite playthroughs of the year, the fan-voted funniest moments of the year, and then ending, or might end it with that, or it might end with the Game of the Year awards, one or the other. So that's going to be the series for this year. By the way, I got to apologize in advance to everyone. I am dying today. I woke up this morning with bad nasal drip. Like, really bad. It's pissing me the fuck off. As you can hear, like, I'm suffering with it, and there's nothing I could do about it. There's nothing I could take to help it. I've had it my whole life, and it's on and off, and it just so happens that I got a big swell up of it right now because I think of all the stress this week, quite honestly. It was very stressful trying to get that Christmas special out on Christmas yesterday. Every night I was putting in 2 to 3 hours of work for several nights, plus, you know, setting up those Christmas sims yesterday in WWE, which, if you haven't checked them out yet, I strongly recommend you do. It doesn't look like many people have had a chance to check them out yet. Those Christmas fantasy sims in WWE 2K16 were incredibly fun. Probably the most fun sims I've done in a long time. Much better than the sims I did last year, by the way. Because last year the game was so limited, I couldn't have a lot of fantasy characters, so I couldn't do the wacky and wild stuff that I like to do. And this year, they've completely changed the game, where they allowed you to have 100 created characters, created arenas, created titles. All the stuff they took out of the game last year, they added back in this year. So it's a much better experience. So definitely check out those sim matches if you haven't had a chance yet. And of course, I hope you'll check out the Christmas special that I put out at midnight on Christmas. I put a ton of work into that, and it's obviously not the best thing ever. When I actually finished, I was a little disappointed with the pitch, because there was singing in it, and the pitch of my voice was not always dead on to the pitch of the song that I used. And I was a little disappointed in that regard, but let's face it, I don't live in a recording studio, and I'm a one-man band here. And being that the limited time that I had to work on it, you know, I put some 12-plus hours of work into that video to make it be what it is, and I certainly hope that you at least enjoyed it for what it is. So please check out all the Christmas content when you get the chance. But, yeah, I think it wore me down. I honestly do. I think that the stress of this week of getting all that Christmas stuff out for you kind of wore me down over the week. And so now I'm suffering, and I apologize for that. I'm just going to have to put up with it for the next few days until I get through it, which undoubtedly I will. I always do. It goes away. But, yeah. So hopefully this week, a combination of fan appreciation and the year-end series beginning. Keep in mind, later this week, it's either going to be December 30th or 31st. More than likely, it's going to be the 31st. I'm going to be doing a marathon stream of either Crash Bandicoot 3, Conker's Bad Fur Day HD, or Banjo-Kazooie HD. It all depends on what the patrons vote for. Patrons have been voting all month. And right now, Conker's Bad Fur Day HD is very narrowly in the lead. Very narrowly. As in, it's winning by, like, maybe 3 votes. I'm not even kidding you. So it's that close. If you were a patron in the month of November, and you have premium forum access as a result of your pledge, I strongly recommend you head over there and vote, because your vote is going to make a major, major impact on what I'm going to be playing this week, okay? I'm happy with any of them, any of the 3. But that's going to be a lot of fun. And that's a cool way to end the year, because then once that's done, what I'm going to be doing is every day kind of balancing one major gameplay stream of either Yakuza 5 or Rise of the Tomb Raider, and I am planning on starting Undertale. So those are going to kind of be the 3 games that I'm going to be balancing here early in 2016. And I'm going to be balancing that with more vlogging, okay, the year-end series. And once the year-end series are done, I'm going to launch my new channel, which I'm still not going to spoil. But I think at this point I've settled on a name for the new channel. I think I like it. It has a pretty cool meaning. And I think that it's going to... the name itself is catchy, and I think it'll do well. And I think it's going to be pretty good. And that's going to be the channel, keep in mind, where I'm going to be doing edited content, like countdowns, and that's where I'm going to put my game reviews and the best of the week kind of stuff. Every week I'll do like a best of the week montage of the best moments of stuff that I did in one week. I think it'll be pretty fun. I do. So, all that's going to start in 2016. Continuing playthroughs, new games, year-end series, and new channels, and more vlogging. Okay? And then, of course, the first new game of 2016 is going to be Resident Evil 0, the new remake of it by Capcom. They remade the game in HD, just like they did with Resident Evil 1. Last year, they remade Resident Evil 0, and I'm excited for that because I've never played the game at all. Never. I have no idea what the game's about besides that I know that part of it's on a train. That's all I know. So that could be pretty fun, okay? So anyway, that's what's to expect the next several days. So right now we're going to do some fan appreciation. I'll be honest with everyone. I don't know how many people are going to be here on the stream. I'm okay with whatever shows up already. Wow. I just looked. I hadn't even looked as I was talking. We've got over 200 people already and growing. That's cool. Happy to see that people are turning out, even though it's not exactly the most popular of things. What I'm assuming, this is always what happens when I do fan appreciation. Really, kind of the only people who show up are people who may be interested in participating, okay? So how's it going to work? Allow me to explain how this will work, all right? Here's how PS4 works, because a lot of people don't know this. The way PS4 works is that you can actually search for any user, okay? You could search for any user. So, if you're interested in playing Call of Duty Black Ops 3 with me today, here's what you need to do, all right? You need to obviously have Call of Duty Black Ops 3 installed on your PlayStation 4 and ready to go. Duh. If you don't, that would be pretty difficult to join the game, right? Then, you need to go into Friends. You then need to search for me. My name is Darkside Phil. I'm curious if I can find myself. I've never even tried this. I have no idea if this will work. You know what? Here, I'll remove this. Just for the sake of argument, let's see if this works. I have no idea. Okay. Let's see what comes up. If anything. Great. Nothing comes up for myself. There we go. You can obviously tell who the real one is. As you can see, you got all these other people who've taken clone names of myself over the years. Look at this. Jesus Christ. Wow. That's a lot of people who kind of copied my name. Look. And it keeps going. I'm not even going to keep going. That's a lot. So here I am. Obviously, I'll be the top one, okay? Now, what you'll be able to do... Not yet. You can't do this yet. But what you'll be able to eventually do is join my game, alright? It's going to allow you to join my Call of Duty Black Ops 3 game once I have it going, alright? It's running right now, but it's not in a mode where you'll be able to join me from here, okay? What I'm going to do, I'm going to create a party in Call of Duty Black Ops 3. It's going to be a private party that, you know, well, not really private. It'll be an open party, but it'll be my party, okay? And people will be able to join it. You'll be able to just join it, boom, and jump right in, okay? Once the party's maxed, as it is 16-player max, I will close the party so that we can't get any more people trying to forcefully join the party, all right? And then we're going to play. We're going to take that party into multiplayer, and we're going to play some matches. We'll see how it goes. I don't know if anything's going to drop, because here's the problem. We've noticed with the matchmaking over the years of these games that it's not exactly the best. As I've tried to do this over the years, sometimes it doesn't really work. It just drops, and people fall out of the party, and it's frustrating. And I will apologize in advance to any of you who are here to play. If you are in the party and the game drops you, you know, unfortunately, we are at the whims of Treyarch and the matchmaking that they've created for it. You know what I mean? So that's what we're going to do. It'll be one party, 16 people. We'll jump in. We'll start to play. Now, listen. And I'm going to say this up front. I fully expect trolling and mischief and nonsense, and that's okay. It's the Christmas freaking weekend. As you know, I'm not exactly a competitive, serious player in these games. You know? So we get people on here trolling and doing stupid shit, saying nasty stuff. We'll mute them. We'll take care of it. There's not much you could do about it. You know, it's gonna be in there. If anything, I think what you could do is I can just mute everyone if I have to, so that way we don't hear all the voice chats if people are being mischievous or whatever. And you know, we'll go from there. There's going to be nastiness and nonsense. It's to be expected. That's part of the appeal of fan appreciation, I think, is that, you know, you get a bunch of people who legitimately want to play, and you get a fucking few people who want to troll, and you kind of fight through the trolling and the silliness, and you continue on. I mean, even years ago, years and years ago, before I ever live streamed, there were people who were trolling me in fan appreciation stuff. You know what I mean? So it's not that big of a deal. I'm not too concerned. I'm sure there'll be insulting stuff and things said. Who cares? Who cares? All they're going to do is make themselves look like a buffoon in the videos and on the stream. And, you know, it is what it is. It is what it is, and we'll deal with it. Now, here's the good news. I'm going to play this first party as long as it works. We'll see if it works. I'm going to play for a while. The thing is, I'm streaming today till around 4 p.m. my time, okay? Right now, it's 12:20 p.m. my time. So, ladies and gents, what you should be able to do is try to join the first party. If you can't, if you don't get into the first one, watch the stream. And at some point, maybe, you know, 45 minutes, an hour, we'll see how much fun we're having and if the game's actually working. I'm going to say, okay, everyone, well, I appreciate you joining me, but at this point, I'd like to make a new party to get new people in here so we can play, you know, a new setup here. And then what I'll do is I'll clear out the party completely, and I'll start over. Now, I'm going to warn everyone ahead of time. If you're going to be greedy, you're going to try to join every single session, every party here today, you're going to get in trouble. I'm going to kick you from the party because that's not right. You know, there's people who want to play, and it's not necessarily going to be the same people every time, right? It's not fair just because you're here that you say join, and you want to join every single session. That's not right. So if I clear out the party, and you've already played, please don't try to join again same day. Now, the exception here would be, let's say near the end of the stream, okay, well, most people are gone, and there's not a lot of people left. Okay, then if the same people want to play, fine. But I get the feeling we've got over 250 people and growing on stream right now. I'm pretty sure there's going to be a decent amount of people who want to join. And it's not fair to those who are, like, trying to hog. You know what I mean? People do, they try to hog stuff. They try to hog, the limelight, basically, and get all the attention and get into every match. This has happened all the time. Like I said, this was way before I live streamed and even direct capture. People did that. And it is kind of messed up. Especially, you know, this is the time of year. It's the holiday season. Everyone should be feeling festive and giving and nice to each other and not be trying to hog all the attention. So, please, if you get to play, be happy that you did. And hopefully you will not try to hog everything. Okay? Excuse me. Alright, so I'm going to do some final things here. Hold on a second here. Trying to get everything set up in the stream chat. Trying to get everything set up so there's no distractions so I can just focus on the game rather than, you know, something's going on in the stream chat. I got to work on something, blah, blah, blah. I just want to kind of focus on what's going on in the stream, so. Oh, man. And again, I will apologize in advance. I am suffering from nasal drip today. It's really bad. I'm kind of choking here. And it is what it is. I'm suffering a little bit, but hopefully in a day or two it'll go away and I won't be suffering much anymore. Alright, so I'm going to end the pre-stream, everyone. We're going to get started with our first session. You'll see right here live, I'm going to set up the party. I'm going to make it open so that people should be able to join the party through the friend search function of PS4. And we'll get started with our first session and we'll go from there. Okay? Thank you for being here, everyone. I surely appreciate, you know, you're being on the stream here during a busy holiday weekend. The only quick thing that I'll say as a gratuitous plug is keep in mind that the month ends on Thursday of this week, which means you have about, what, 5-6 days left if you want to pledge to my Patreon at patreon.com/darksidephil. If we hit the goal this month, it'll be Rockathon 2.0, the return of Rock Band 4, and I can tell you right now, as of now, we have not hit the goal. Unfortunately, my Patreon page is screwed up. There's a bunch of false people who pledged, false pledges, and I'm working with Patreon because I can't even remove the false pledges. There's been a fuck-up on the website, and I'm really pissed off that their customer service is not fixing it for me, basically because they're inept. I've asked 3 times for this to be fixed, and they still haven't fixed it. Basically, we are not at the goal yet for the month. We're close, but we're not at the goal yet because it looks like we are because of these false pledges that I can't remove. So, we're going to hit it. I get the feeling we will hit it, but FYI, if you want to pledge for this month and suggest songs for me to play in the next Rockathon at the end of January, please pledge patreon.com/DarksidePhil. And gratuitous plug, and let's begin.